Well, Brock, the fans were out and shouting J-E-T-S, Jets, well before the gates opened here. And now they fill the stands of MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. We've got ourselves a fight in this one to get back above 500. Week 3 is underway. Has this at the 6. Now bottling up as he gets the return to the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Hall. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Javon Dexter escorted him to the ground.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Give on second to Hall. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Javon Dexter escorted him to the ground. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short. So that's 3rd, less than a yard.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
3rd down give to Hall. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. This time it's a passing play. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So it's 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Second and 10 now. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. David Njoku, the guy he was looking for. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to 44 before he stops. 16 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
You know what I like about that, kid? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. The gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know why baseball coaches are called managers, Kate? Because they got to manage a lot of situations. And I've realized over time and talking to them, they love taking a situation, a game moment, and making it a team topic. That play, that corner right there, I know this is a head football coach, not a head football manager, but he's going to take that play, he's going to illuminate it to his team and show the fearlessness of his corner making that tackle.
And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense is to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Williams starting with a pass here. That's in the hands of Moore. And he's tackled for a short gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Williams from the gun. And someone steps in. It's intercepted. And the Jets are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
They go play action on 1st. This is Corley working the left side. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
From the gun, it's Hall. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Jets pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Breece Hall with the touchdown. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Badgley on to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. This return makes it up to the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Williams on the play action. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. That throw in the direction of DJ Moore. And it sets up 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Williams to throw. Completes this one to Rice. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. When the back and ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Working from the gun, Williams. That's caught for the first. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the pistol, Williams. He gets this to Tyler Scott. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st down throw by Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
To the line we go. They're set 1st and 10. Bone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Short pass brought in. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Has the Chicago touchdown. The Bears reach pay dirt for the first time this game. They can go to the locker rooms tied if they put this through. And the kick is no good. An early point after left on the table. Maybe later in this game, it's going to be a moment we look back on. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. He fields it from the 8. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. We've got a close one here. More for MetLife. Right up. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Jets football. They'll take over here, 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 37. Able to find Corley. And he stops cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
I'm sure Coach, a play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Throwing now from the gun. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Wilson's got it.
Damn, oh goodness.
He's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Still sticking with the passing game. A throw right side, caught by Njoku. And they get this down to the 28. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Throwing it again here. That's complete to Wilson. That's 16 on the pickup. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
On first down, here comes Hall. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Throwing on 2nd and 11. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Here he is on 3rd and long. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So that brings up 4th and long. Lambo able to put it through. And that'll push their lead to 4.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff.
Damn.
The defense gets there to force a small loss.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles. Well, they step the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Now here's Williams.
Oh,
He had it for a moment. Great defensive
bro.
play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Come on, man. You hit it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it'll be Jets football. They're set up at the 35 now.
Here we go, here we go. Cougar 19.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Ready?
From the 39. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Go!
Setting up a throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds after getting this to the opposing 45. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Ready? Go!
He's going to throw this one. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now it's 2nd down.
Come on, set!
They'll throw it again. Looking for a target. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Let's go.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Hall there to haul it in. He's still going at the 30. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Yeah, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
On a quick slant, it's Njoku.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Here's 2nd and 5. Throw wheeled in by Njoku. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Jets grow their lead just before halftime. David Njoku, the touchdown. Badgley for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets drive their lead to 11. Badgley on to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They put Scott in motion left. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, that's one of those plays when you call it, you expect to get decent yards every time. Seeing it stop at the line, man, that's deflating offensively.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Williams from the gun. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Third down. Here's Williams.
Ah.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Jets are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Coming right is Hall. Juke the defender. And he's able to take this down to the red zone. He's stopped at the 17. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They go right back to Hall. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. The Jets take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
They'll come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. This throw is caught. He has the New York touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Badgley for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets push their lead to 18. Badgley on to kick this one away.
That's good.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Williams to throw on first. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Take a look at that scoreboard and you just can't backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. They've had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Badgley on to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he goes out of bounds, short of the 45, but still in excellent shape across the 40.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Williams sets a pass. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st down throw by Williams. Kmet brings it in. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's a give up the middle. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Wrapped up on that play by big Quinnen Williams. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back Back-to-back carries here. And he's able to push forward to the 25. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on third down.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Williams on the play action.
Wow,
He's
man.
holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him
Oh,
up ahead of 4th down. Jason Sanders on for the field goal. This from 48 on the left hash. That crunches off the right upright. No good. And this stays a 3-possession game.
I know there's golfers out there, Kate, that love to play this game as well. And any golfer knows, hey, man, at the turn, no matter how bad that front side was, there's still a chance, right? There's still another hole, still another opportunity. You write that script of hope. Kickers are kind of like golfers, right? They're always thinking of the next one. But unfortunately, with that miss, well, this scorecard's going to end up ugly.
1st and 10, they're going to throw. He's going deep this time. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Let's go now. Go.
They go play action here. Escapes the pocket. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Hall running between the tackles. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
What's that?
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Corley reels it in. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Toss play. This is Hall. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Hall takes it straight ahead. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Back now, pressure on its way. Hits him on the out route. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he's going to take it in for the New York touchdown. The Jets push their lead further to start the half. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
Badgley on to kick this one away. He'll take this at the 10. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Williams to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
79 Bronco.
Working from the gun, Williams. It's
What the fuck, man?
To catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Curve 19, Dragon 60.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And it'll be their football. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Ready.
Here's a give to Hall. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And they bring him down around the 34. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They give it to him again. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. That tackle made by the rookie from Penn State.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They give on second to Hall. And this is down across the 30 before it stopped. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on third down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Here's Hall once more. And he's brought down for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Lambo able to put it through. And that gives them a 28-point advantage.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out.
Just
So they're going to
cheap,
enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
Ooh. This is crazy.
Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Off the play fake, Williams. Diving right side, got it! Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair.
Hey.
It's the Bears with the ball, but they enter the
Oh,
4th at a massive deficit. Just 1 play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45.
70 Lions. Go.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Back to the well again. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Third and 10. Can this offense get it done?
19 Lions. Cowboy 80.
To throw is Williams. That's caught for the first. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down.
Let's go. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Ready.
Here's Williams.
Gee.
That one's incomplete. Had the
Bro, that was
connection,
just
but
gonna
some
drop
strong
every
hands
goddamn
got in the
thing,
way
so.
there.
You know, I'm not sure if
Crazy
you've seen
stuff,
footsteps,
bro.
we just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Jeez, man.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Hawk 70. Buffalo 18.
Man in motion here. Throwing again on 2nd. Williams. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away. Incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
to the air. Third and long. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
The Bears decide to call their first time out. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Sticking in the air, it's Williams.
Dude, what the?
And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
Simple dive up the middle. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, set. Go.
A toss right side to Hall. And he drives this forward until they bring him down at the 38-yard line. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
They'll try and throw it here. That's going to be caught by Carter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
This is Hall. And he's going to get him up to the midfield stripe with that run. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
Here we go, here we go.
On the counter, Hall. And this time they won't surrender anything. They wrap him up at the line. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Ready?
From midfield now. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Smash, smash.
Running this one left. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it. I promise you that. Coaches will file that one away the next time they really need to pick up a few yards.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Running back sent in motion. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Finds his man Rice. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Bears just want to get out of here with how this one is gone. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Let's go.
Williams will look to throw. Chased out to his right. And that one is picked off. But wait a second. Oh, he came down out of bounds, so that's just going to be incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's going to be 4th and short. Williams from the gun. Throw caught by his running back. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back, and this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect the timeout coming any moment now.
Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. So that penalty declines. They're happy enough stuffing that last play at the line for no gain. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the win goes.